Hello everyone, it is Masahiko Ichiro with the whole E3 stuff going on, and I think today's the last day or so. Um, I do want to talk about Square Enix. Final Fantasy VII. Some of the info we found out was that it'll be on 2 blue discs, with Midgar being almost standalone by itself. We know it's going to be real-time attacking, dodging, and blocking, and the ATB is basically tactical mode, and this will let us use our magic and our limits. Barrett's long range is normal. Tifa got announced. It's very similar to the combat style in Kingdom Hearts, and to an extent certain Star Oceans, I want to say. It's been a while since I played those. Let's see. They showed Hagar. Something that was weird was Jesse on the bike, the G-bike area. I was not expecting that. I don't know what's going on with that. People are speculating that Jesse is going to live. We saw the Apps boss fight. Airbuster will be flying around, and that's going to be annoying. And it seems we're going to get a taste of Sephiroth early in the Midgar area, which would be kind of interesting to see which way they take that with. Now, they also showed off some other stuff as well. Let me talk more about Final Fantasy. Now, one of the things that was disappointing for me was staggering. I am not a fan of it. I didn't like it in Final Fantasy 13 onward. I mean, it's only that game that had it, the 13 series, but now it's coming back, and I'm just not a fan of it. Another thing too was the boss fight they showed with Guard Scorpion or Scorpion Sentinel. It kind of felt like it maybe have dragged on a little too long, but I understand why they did it, and it was to kind of show off the battle and everything. Most likely when we get the game, we're looking anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes or so, because the PS1 version, you could probably beat it, I think, in about 3 minutes, I want to say, and that's with perfect RNG, meaning you deal enough damage before it can even pull up the tail, I want to say. One of the things that was actually correct was people, one of the leaks, the playable demos. That one's one of the things that stood out that I remember. I would have to go back crazy and just research, hey, this is true, this wasn't, I'm not doing that, that's not the source of this. Limits, they look okay. One thing I have to agree with Jim Sterling was, because everything is so flashy, that the limits themselves kind of seem meh or okay. Something I do disagree with Jim was the price point for the figures. The first batch, the game will be $80. The second is $330. I'm going to try and get that one. The thing is, the figures are D-Arts. It's going to be Cloud, and the other one is his G-Bike. I forget the name of it. The thing is, if you look at the core price of the special edition being $80, meaning you get the steel book, the mini soundtrack, the 2 summons, I think it's 2 or 3 summons, I forget. The $330 one, you get an extra one, extra summon and all that, so that would be the 3, the other one's like 2 or something like that. But you're technically getting a figure and an accessory, and to my knowledge, they are not that small either. You're pretty much paying about $245 for 2 figures, and for D-Arts, that's actually not that bad. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the Monster Hunter Dragon, the 3-headed one, goes for about 18,000 yen, so we're looking about what, $175 for that, I believe. So it's not that far off. It's actually pretty much on par, and I believe that one is, I want to say, slightly bigger. But another thing about D-Arts is they are pretty high quality. Anyone who is interested in getting into figure collecting, D Arts is, I think it's D Arts and Kai Art. I think they're two different companies. Don't quote me on that. I'm a newbie when it comes to that type of stuff. I do recommend that, and I even recommend the Gunpla figures when you actually build. But that's a whole nother story, and I honestly would love to do a live stream putting one of those things together. Once again, a topic for another time. But I do have some concerns, more concern. Oh, I guess. Well, staggering would be a concern, but I do have some more concerns. I want to know, basically, are we able to transfer our data like the OG games, or even like how some Ratchet and Clank games you can, Ratchet and Clank with the weapons, where if you have old save data, you can basically like upgrade your new copy, or Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 was, you can basically continue through the game, do the regular story, you know, have all your items, weapons, levels, and stats and such. For like .hack, the Infection quadrilogy, if you had that, and then you played .hack GU trilogy, Kite's name would be whatever you name your character, for example, and that was a nice little nod. Stuff like that. I would love to know if that is going to be a thing. And I know we're not going to be able to change names, obviously, because, you know, everyone's name is spoken. But another thing I kind of want to see would be how summons are going to be utilized. We won't get our first summon until the Chocobo farm, which we don't even know if we're going to be able to go that far. Now, another concern, and this is actually almost every fan right now, where is the game going to end? Is it going to end when we leave Midgar? Is it going to end when we leave Calm? Is it going to end at the start of Mithril Cave, where, you know, Midgar Zolom's on the tree? Or is it going to be Aerith's death? Or I'll even throw in the ship going to Casa del Sol. Now, me personally, I think it's either going to be Calm or the start of Mithril Cave. And the reason I say that is because if you really want to think about it, going all the way to the Forgotten City with Aerith's death, that's basically 1/3 or close to halfway through the game in a sense. Because you think if you play the game normally, no side quests and stuff, Disc 3 is just going to Sephiroth. That's it. That's basically all Disc 3 is. But I digress on that. I don't think it's going to be the boat ride when you fight your first Genova boss, which would be very fitting as well. Because something tells me when we get Junon, that's going to be very large. Like, that is going to be very much a place we are going to want to explore, similar to how Midgar is going to be, where we're going to be exploring quite a bit. The Mithril Cave kind of makes sense because it sets a sense of mystery behind Sephiroth when we played the first PS1 game, where we are basically like, holy crap, this guy killed this boss, this monster that we couldn't do a dent to. Dear Lord, how strong is this guy? Also, the calm part is another most likely one because it also sets that mood of, I want to know more about Sephiroth. This is going back how the original was, in a way. This is kind of how I kind of felt on that. One more concern. Well, I said the boss one already. I'm not even explaining that one. I think that's about it. I said I didn't like staggering. Crystal Chronicles. Okay, I'm gonna go on Crystal Chronicles and Final Fantasy 8 as well, and Last Remnant. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles was also remastered, and that's coming out in winter. And I want to see if a couple of friends want to get in on that, because that honestly seems like a very calm, it's like a very calm co-stream where I don't think I'll be honest, I don't think Haseo would be a fan of Crystal Chronicles. Josh maybe, and maybe Shenendorf. And if you can get one more person, and maybe having a full-way co-stream, and we're just drinking, having a good old time, maybe getting a little competitive or something like that. I think that would be very fun for a stream. Crystal Chronicles streaming type stuff also seems like very good B footage for future podcasts and such as well. I have it for the GameCube, but I never got that far in it, and I would love to actually beat that game, and I think playing with others, even with you guys, would be pretty fun. Final Fantasy, Last Remnant and Final Fantasy 8, I kind of want to touch on one thing for both, and then something else for Final Fantasy 8. Last Remnant being remastered, and I think it's on the Switch now for like $20. I don't think it's coming to Steam, sadly. I believe it got delisted, and I can actually check while I'm talking to you guys right now. For the last Remnant and store page. And yes, Epic Quest is the publisher. The Last Remnant is unlisted on the Steam store and will not appear in search. So sadly, I cannot get that game or anything. Though I'm pretty sure there are mods that already remaster it and balance it, which should be pretty good. I gotta check that out. Final Fantasy VIII, I believe, is going to be the same story. Yeah, same story. I'm not seeing it there. I think that's coming out later still. Same thing with not Last Remnant. I think it's coming out on Switch, PS4 only. Final Fantasy VIII though, that one, I don't know the release date for that one. One thing though, I was talking with people saying that you most likely are going to have to rebuy remastered stuff, obviously. It's not going to be like Skyrim, how they just upgraded everyone who previously had it to the special edition, which would be kind of cool. But I believe it was Last Pandora mod that would probably break that. And that would probably aggravate a lot of people. But I mean, hey, let them have the original and then the remaster would be pretty cool. But if I end up getting the Final Fantasy VIII remastered, which I most likely am, I'm going to get it on the PS4. I will admit that. Oh yeah, something I need to check. I need to do some more research on the Square Enix music thing. That looks really interesting. I need more information on that. I think I can get that on Amazon Prime, which would be kind of nice. Kingdom Hearts 3, it showed Riku, Aqua, and Roxas all being playable. I'm pretty sure we're going to get Shion maybe as well for Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind. I definitely need to revisit Kingdom Hearts 3. Dragon Quest Builders 2 looked like something that would be really fun too. That seems like another game would like to play with, like Chenendorf, Josh. Haseo might want to get into that one, especially if we're building like some, oh my goodness, meme build streams. Yes, I can see us doing something like that. That would be fun. But that's pretty much what I want to talk about. And truth be told, this is a whole lot cleaner. Oh, there is one more thing. The pricing. Hey, did I say the pricing for the arts? I'm not going into the whole breakdown. Basically, it's $250 or so for like 2 figures, and they're not that small. They're actually kind of quite large, I would say. Normal display case of some stuff you would see at like a GameStop or even at some comic book stores. So. Oh yeah, I did the Monster Hunter stuff. I'm losing my mind. Anyway, guys, before I lose my mind anymore, you guys have a wonderful night. It is almost 12 o'clock. Peace out.